Hi, welcome to Gemini Star Spiritual Wellness. Thank you for joining me today. I'm excited that you're here with me for this video. So in today's video, we're doing our weekly tarot card reading for the week of April 5th through 11th, 2026. And this is for all the air signs. So it'd be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So let's see what's going on for all us air signs for this upcoming week. I want to thank all my subscribers. Thank you for supporting the channel and supporting me. And if you are not yet a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button so that you will get future videos I put out. Because I'll be doing a lot more special videos this year than I did last year. And that way you'll get those. And also hit this like button, because on YouTube, if you hit the like button, it'll go out to more people. And more people get this information. Other air signs will see it. So please hit that like button and take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. So the cards are shuffling real clean. So let's see what's going on. What is the energy for air signs for the week of April 5th through the 11th, 2026? What is the energy for the air signs? April 5th through 11th, 2026. All right. Kind of feel like us air signs, we know what we're doing because the cards were so clean. There's like no confusion in our heads. All right, let's see what's going on. Okay, we got the Ace of Swords. We got the Three of Cups. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. That card's been coming up a lot the last couple weeks. Okay, we've got the the Eight of Wands. I got to count them. The Five of Cups, the Magician, and the Hanged Man. Okay, let's get these organized on the mat here. So coming into the week, it's like we've already been working on things, and I'm hearing we've been planting the seeds for big changes in our life, like big transitions happening, big decisions. I'm hearing big decisions and changes coming in for us. So, but this is in the past position, so we've already been working on this. So see how he's looking at his pentacles, like he's resting now. He's already done the planting. He's resting on his hoe, and he's looking at how it's growing. He's watching his work, the fruits of his efforts, so to speak. And that's kind of what we've been doing in the past. I'm hearing, making decisions, getting our, ducks in a row, setting things up to make major changes in our life. And we've already done that in the past. So now we're just kind of like, kind of watching it take fold, like watching it unfold, watching our hard work kind of pay off and grow. So we're just kind of like he's doing, just watching the fruits of his labor. That's what we're doing. And that's in the past position coming into this week of April 5th. So we are in a new beginning energy ourselves. We are, and this is, definitely an air sign card, but it's like there's like wisdom coming in, intelligence coming in. I'm hearing knowledge coming in, and I'm seeing like a book. So I don't know if anyone's out there reading a book, but I see a book. So it's like knowledge coming in. So it's not just like it can be like communication, but it's like thoughts and words, knowledge, information. But I do feel like there's definitely like a communication coming in, seeing this from the other cards around it. There's definitely like communication coming in. It's like a new beginning in communication and talking. Things are shifting. So if things have been bottled up where there hasn't been like communication going on between you and somebody, or it's been quiet, it's like that's coming to an end because you've got this is coming in now. So it's like this new beginning of communication happening for the air signs. So it's like, so I'm hearing it's like two parts. It's like the communication. I'm feeling like there's somebody that you've been dealing with that has not been talking. Like there's been no communication or contact between you and this person. And now it's going to start to come in. like in April. It's like things are going to start moving forward and start coming in. And it's going to things are going to shift and change. And that's part of the knowledge and wisdom and intelligence coming in, because through that communication, you're going to learn some things that you didn't know before. But there's also a group of you, if that doesn't resonate with you, there's also a group, it's like you're learning, you're like reading books. Like I'm seeing that book again, like reading books, doing some, maybe like some research, gaining wisdom and intelligence in that level. So maybe you've been working on those things. I know, like personally, I'm reading a book that's, that I'm enjoying, but it's definitely kind of like a research because it's a deep read. And so I can only read like, so much of it at a time. But yeah, this definitely applies, that definitely resonates with me because I've been putting a lot of effort into that. So, but in the situation, this communication that's coming in, and I see that coming up in the cards. It's like it's going to bring a sense of joy and happiness. It's like, because once again, I'm hearing like there's been no contact between you and this person. So there's somebody that you've been wanting to talk to, or, and it's just not happening. I don't know maybe maybe you're in the love relationship and it broke up with this person. Like maybe you were involved with this person in the past, it broke up, and you haven't talked to them or had communication really with them since then. But communication's coming in, and it's going to put you in this 3 of Cups energy. So you're going to be happy about it, because I feel like, okay, what I'm hearing is that, and I'm feeling it too, the energy of this is that you want to talk to this person. So you do want to have communication with them, but I'm hearing that things did not end well between you and this person. And there's like a lot of hurt feelings. You both have hurt feelings on both sides. But this communication that's coming in, and this is what's going on in your whole atmosphere, this communication coming in, air signs, is going to change that. It's going to bring in this new beginning and communication, wisdom, and knowledge I was talking about. It's going to bring it in, this communication. Like it's coming in now, like this, because this is all current energy. Well, it goes over here. This is all current energy right now for us air signs. So this is coming in now. But yes, it's like you're going to get this communication's going to come in, and it's going to make you real happy. And you're going to be like celebrating, about it, because you're going to be excited to finally like having contact with this person again. And it's going to move things forward. It's like, because things have been stuck between you. Okay, and I'm hearing, going back to what I was talking about earlier about doing the work of the past, making big decisions. I feel like for some of you, what I'm hearing is that, and I'm feeling it too, but what I'm hearing is that you might have like tried to reach out to this person, or you kind of laid the groundwork to let them know that you're like open to talk to them, or you kind of like, maybe you sent them a message, like a text message or something small, just to kind of open that door, to crack that door open again for communication to come in. And in the past you did this, and you're kind of waiting to see what's going to happen. You're watching the fruit of that effort. Like, is it going to work or not? Are they going to reach out to me or not? But it's like you've done, I think for some of you that resonates, that this is like a past relationship that ended badly. It's like you did something to crack the door open. Maybe you texted them, maybe you emailed them, like a small gesture to kind of be like, okay, I'm ready to talk now. Like I'm ready to have contact and communicate. And you're just kind of sitting back after you do that and letting things kind of naturally grow and unfold. But I do think and this does go into the decisions I was talking about, major decisions, making plans, because, maybe you do want to get back with this person, or at least have conversations with them about what happened in the past, or maybe there was really no closure in the past and you're just wanting that closure or just to have, communication about it. But it's like you're making big decisions, major like changes, like working on major things in your life. I'm hearing changing things around, make major shifts. You're working on major shifts in your life. So going back to the current energy, yes. So communications coming in. And I feel for if that resonates with you about the past person, this is a past person that you broke up with and you're real happy about it. Now, they are telling me that for some of you, it might not be a past person. It might be somebody you just met with this Ace of Swords. It's like you just met this person. Maybe it's a new person that you never been in a relationship with, but it's like the communication. It's like this new beginning and truth is coming in. And it's going to kind of usher that person, into your life. And maybe, you have communication with them. You start talking to them and it makes you happy. But gosh, I'm hearing for a lot of you, this is somebody from your past that you have been involved with in the past and that you have been no contact with for quite some time. And I feel like it might been, quite some time, like maybe a couple months there's been no communication or, you broke up like maybe 6 months ago. For some of you, it could be years. It could be years have passed since you've been involved with this person. So in the near future, air signs, now what's interesting about this card, it's like in the near future, if this is the past person, it's going to bring up when you have contact with them, even though you're happy about it, it's going to bring up these feelings that you had at the breakup, like feelings of grief, feeling of sadness and loss. But it's like, it's coming up so that you can talk about it in truth. Because maybe, it was a bad breakup. You got into a fight. There wasn't really communication or closure. And you all just stopped talking to each other and just kind of went your separate ways. So it's like that communication is going to open the door to kind of work on those feelings from the past. Because if you're interested in, say you are interested in having a relationship with this person again or giving it another try, giving it a second chance, it's like you need to work through what happened in the past. You need to like acknowledge these feelings. Like I'm hearing they're saying you need to acknowledge the sadness, the grief, and the loss that you experienced from the end of the relationship. And you need to talk about it in truth. And they keep saying in truth. Like don't hide your feelings. Don't try to sugarcoat it. Don't try to, sweep it under the rug. Like, in order for there to be any chance of this relationship to move forward, they're saying that you have to work through what happened in the past. So basically, there's going to be some like deep, frank conversations that you need to have with this person to talk about, what happened in the past and why you were upset. And, there needs to be some deep communication happening before anything can move forward. So this is in the near future. So it hasn't happened yet because right now you're just getting communication and messages coming in from this person and a new beginning and truth that makes you happy. A new beginning in information, wisdom, opening the door for all of that communication. So that's what's happening currently. So this hasn't come in quite yet, but that communication is going to throw you back into these emotions with this past person that you're going to have to work through. And it's like I see from what I'm seeing, it's like there can be a second chance here and a new beginning with this person, but you're really going to have to work through these past emotions. You're going to have to really talk about what happened and have those deep level discussions. Because I'm hearing that in the past, part of the problem with the relationship, if this is a past person, is that you weren't talking, like you two weren't getting into the depth of conversations. Like the truth wasn't coming to the surface. Like you weren't talking to each other. like you should have been, and really like discussing, heavy topics, and like that wasn't happening, and that was part of the problem. But what's interesting is what we have here for our cards as advice cards. This one here, the Magician. So it's like you are following your intuition, being divinely guided to make some of these big decisions that we were talking about, changing things up in your life, shifting things, making these big decisions. It's like you're feeling intuitively guided divinely, like the divine's kind of giving you a little push and helping you by, helping with your intuition to manifest things for yourself. Because it's like you've been through a lot. You've got these, hold on, fix my microphone here. I knocked it. Working with, you've got all the tools you need. So he's got all his tools, his cup, his pentacles, swords, and wands are all on this table. So you've got all the tools to make the shift and changes, and now you're manifesting it. And you're trying to bring it in. And you've been working on it for a while. You've been working on it for quite some time. And it's like you're working on manifesting, bringing this in. So, and I'm hearing for those of you that resonate with this being a past relationship, you're working on manifesting like a second chance with this person. But they're telling me it's going to take work. It's not going to be like it's not going to be like you're just going to like pick up where you left off and there's no, deep communication. No, no, no. It's like it's going to take work to make this work with this person if that's what you want. Now, what they're telling me is they say go back to this card. So they're saying that if it's a new person and this isn't a past person, if it's somebody new, then it's like you having communication with this new person is going to bring up sadness, grief, and loss from experiences in the past that you have felt. And it's going to kind of bring up those negative feelings that you're going to have to work through, is what they're saying. It's like it's the same kind of concept. Like you have to work through it. But with a new person, obviously you don't have a history with the new person. So it's kind of like it's drudging. It's going to drudge up. I'm hearing drudging up. I'm seeing like a boat on a river, drudging the river. It's drudging up trauma from the past that you experienced in past relationships. So let's just say you've been single for quite some time and your past, couple relationships have not been good. And there's like some relationship trauma that you're dealing with from those past experiences, and you meet somebody and this communication comes in, and yes, you're excited about it, but at the same time it's like, whoa, you're like, it's like this, you hit this like getting smacked, in the face with all these emotions that maybe you haven't worked through in the past. Maybe you just kind of ignored those emotions, kind of shoved them aside, shoved them deep down, but didn't really work through them. And it's like this new situation coming in, it's going to kind of like force you to deal with it, is what I'm hearing. It's going to force you to heal. They're saying healing, force you to heal um, from the past, situations you've been in. Because I mean, I just think it's human nature. If you've been in a bad relationship, sometimes you just, you bury yourself in work or you bury yourself in other things and you don't want to do the work. You don't want to think about it because it's hard. It's painful. You don't want to have to go through all those emotions. So I think it's human nature to want to just kind of like ignore it and push those emotions down within us. But the problem with that is they always have a way of bubbling up to the surface. So if you don't heal from it, and if you don't acknowledge those emotions and work with them, then it's going to come back to bite you later, so to speak. And usually it surfaces in the next relationship because you hadn't healed. But the other interesting thing, advice card I have, is this Hangman. So what they're saying with this one I'm hearing is they're telling me to point out this halo around them. So it's like if this is the past person, going back to that scenario, if that one resonates with you, it's like, during this time that you've been no contact and you haven't had anything to do with each other, There's been a lot of enlightenment going on both sides. I'm hearing not just them, but you. Like they're going through a sense of enlightenment, but so are you. So it's like they're saying that your perspective now is different than what it was when you first broke up. You're seeing things from a different perspective, and so are they. And there's a sense of enlightenment, but this pause had to happen. There had to be some time of pause and stillness between the two of you where you were no contact and broken up so that you could have growth. I'm seeing like flowers coming up, tulips coming up out of the ground, but it looks like it's like if you ever watch a video where they have it where it's fast paced, and it looks like it's coming up real fast. So it's like there was a time of growth that had to happen, a time of change of perspective, a time of healing that had to occur between you and this person. And so it's not, if you come back with this person for a second chance, it's not like you're picking up what you left off because things are going to be different between you. Like they're going to be, they have learned some things since the breakup, and there has been growth on their end, and they're looking at things from a different perspective, but yet so are you. You've had growth. You're looking at things from a different perspective. Um, yeah, and that growth, it's like I'm hearing that growth had to happen for there to be a second chance. There had to be a sense of, and I'm hearing forgiveness. So obviously, there has to be a sense of forgiveness if this is a past person, if you want to move things forward. But it's like that growth, that downtime of you being no contact and separated was a time of personal enlightenment, growth, new perspective, new understanding, and a time of forgiveness. Because now it's like enough time has passed where you're ready to forgive each other for whatever happened in the past. You're ready to kind of look past the anger, look past the hurt, look past these emotions and go and be able to forgive. Now, if this is a new person, this ties into if this is someone you haven't been in a relationship before, but it's like they're that just them coming into your life is kind of like drudging up all those old um relationship traumas from the past. It's like you're going to go into a kind of like a time period of healing. So you might meet this person, but but I'm hearing take it slow because it's like you're going to need some time to work through these past emotions. And they're saying don't rush into it with this new person, even though you're excited, and it's all, you're happy. It's like take your time and don't rush into anything because you're going to need some downtime to heal. Now, you've done some of this already. You've already done some healing. You've already been kind of in that hangman energy of healing from past stuff, but there's still more to do. And maybe it's like you thought you were healed from the past, but then when this person comes into your life, it's like it drudges it up. So the feelings that maybe you really suppressed that you thought you healed, it's like it drudges up and you're like, "Oh wait, I'm not fully healed." You realize that you still got work to do because I'm definitely feeling you've still got some work you need to do with that. And there's gonna be this time now, even though you've maybe been kind of in the hangman energy a little bit, working on it, it's like there's more to do before you can really pursue a new relationship. So it's kinda like you have to get through this, would finish up the healing. But one thing they're stressing is even though you have to still heal, you have had a lot of enlightenment. See the little halo around his head? So those past experiences that gave you trauma, it's like you've learned from them. You've learned your lessons from them. So there has been a sense of enlightenment and growth for you personally, especially if you've been alone for a while. It's like you've had time to really think and process about your experiences in the past and, lessons that you've learned from it. Like you've kind of done a lot of that inner reflection, but you still have a little more healing to do. So, air signs, this definitely looks like a love reading, of course, from what I'm saying here, seeing in the cards that we've been talking about. But yeah, it looks like there's definitely something coming in, this week for love, whether it's a new person, someone from your past reaching out, new person reaching out. It's like there's definitely like some love stuff going on brewing here, which is funny because it's the beginning of spring, so like new beginnings in love. It's like there's definitely something coming your way with that. So that's what I have for you, air signs. I hope you enjoyed the reading, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.